Hi, I'm Michael Joy. Welcome to another Loft reaction video, or Loft assessment, Loft criticism, Loft, Loft whatever. You know, the realtors that go through these point out all the beautiful things, but they don't talk about what it's like to live in the loft.
Hi there. Is there a project you're working on?
I know more than you.
All right.
They talk about what it's like to entertain in a loft or visit in a loft or wish they had a loft. And it's not for all families for sure, but it is kind of Hollywood sexy. Let's hear what these guys have to say. All right, this video is called I Found New York City's Largest Loft, but Nobody's Renting in It. Oh, that sounds like clickbait. Okay.
What the? This is crazy.
Okay.
Crazier. We have.
I'm not going to start and stop. I'm just going to kind of talk over some of these things.
If you don't like them,
You know you're in a factory building.
So there's different types of lofts. This is what I would just call a tall box. It's not really a loft. It's a starter loft. There's many industrial components left over, but you could tell that you're not going to, if you're renting, your landlord's not going to do anything for you here. It's just been sprayed. That's it. You get white paint.
You got the main door being held open by a brick.
that's like a Rube Goldberg of door opening devices. Look at that. This is like the.
Okay, I'm gonna do a lot of things about this stuff because lofts, if you move into them and you're not prepared for what it means, you could actually be in harm's way. Lofts often do not have good air circulation, and so you want to have terrific windows, not single factory windows. These windows are great, but the first level of window that you open is going to be open for your dog, your cat, or your kid. So screens are a big deal, and safety is as well.
Perfect New York City loft.
Perfect New York City loft.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No, it's not perfect. You know, the thing about these loft locations too is that right on a street like that, if you're on the third floor, you're okay, but first floor, you got a lot of road noise.
A pretty cool apartment battle.
I don't know why it's not. So if you have a loft that's basically a condo, I'm not a big fan of condos because you're hooked in and you're married financially to all the other people in the building. But if you look at this loft, you got a lot of neighbors, and the big issue with lofts is sound quality and security. Some of these old buildings don't have great access and it's tough to move your stuff in. This looks like a nothing door. On a loft, you want either a secret entry or a grand entry. Yeah. Okay, I'm killing it here because I see so much stuff here. If your loft has exposed 2x4s in it, you can tell that your landlord is going to do nothing for you. Don't let this light distract you. And those fire pipes don't need to be red. Oh my God, it's a jail.
This is pretty unique.
So if you've never lived in a loft, this is really exciting because if you're comparing it to an apartment, it's kind of cool and different. But that little crawl space that he was up there, there's nothing you can do up there. It's hot, it's stagnant air. We've had those little balconies and they look great, but it's a non-space. You can put a bed up there, but you can't, you're restricted in what you can do up there.
Place cost.
This place is currently going for $28.50.
$28.50? That's it? That's cheaper than most one-bedroom apartments.
Yeah,
Windows
there's
are
a
pretty
reason.
sweet. We're street level. Got the pipes and stuff. And like the interior's beautiful. Oh wow.
So all these pipes and stuff are cool to look at, but somebody has to deal with those pipes. And if you're connected to a big building, you may have the inspectors coming in for the sprinkler flushes and stuff like this. And I don't think I would want any sort of sewage pipe or gas line coming through my house. This to me doesn't even look like you would live there. It just looks like an art studio. If it's an art studio, this is terrific. But if you're living there, rough stuff.
Those we had on the upper level.
This thing is around 650 square feet.
So what's going on over here? I see like another lofted area.
There's no kitchen, there's no cabinets. It's, this is a storage unit.
There isn't a way to get up there. You would need a ladder, but this is just an extra storage space. You do have storage up top as well as storage down below, and then the bathroom to the left.
This was basically the landlord is remodeling by Menards, Home Depot or Lowe's. Everything is the cheapest possible thing in here. The sink had no counter space. Sure, you have a bathtub. Again, it depends on what you want. If there was a time in my life that this would have been great. Now, not great. No storage.
Solid pressure.
Tiny sink.
It's a basic bath, but I I like it. It's got what matters, storage.
Okay, big deal. You see a stove there, but it was just kind of jacked in there. There's absolutely no ventilation. There's no counters next to the stove. You can't cook, you can't prepare. You'd need to bring in an island. And the big deal is you cook broccoli in there, your wardrobe's gonna smell like broccoli. This is a disaster place to live in the sense of isolation. Over the left, you can see the heating unit over there. When they're inside the building, they're noisy. And they're gonna kick on all night long, and it's going
Fuck this.
It's no bueno.
Awesome kitchen. The best.
This guy's really full of bullshit.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy.
You know, awesome place. Is he in a trailer? I mean, awesome compared to what? It really depends on what you're used to and where you're coming from and your lifestyle. Again, a single guy roughing it, this is cool. You could make it work. But, you know, once you have a partner in there and then a pet, it's a disaster.
Part about Lofts is how much everything is spread out. What do you think? Small bar
It's not
counter
spread
right
out.
here, couple stools.
It's white on
We've
white
also
on
got
white.
Big appliances. And this stuff
The-
is nice
the
too, not like
the refrigerator's
most
tiny.
rentals. As for the cabinets, we got
The
white
cabinets
on
are
top. And if you
tiny.
come down here, we got the brown, nice looking two-tone.
This is hard to watch.
Cool thing about this space, you can have your bedroom upstairs and then your
Don't
living
put your
room
bedroom
or a
upstairs.
workspace
You'll
down
sweat it
below.
out.
So we've got one.
There's no
two,
light, there's no
three different
ceiling fan.
sections. This could be a kitchen area. This bookshelf is also awesome. I don't know how you're gonna live without this. This comes into place?
Well, you don't have a closet, basically. That bookshelf is going to become the everything shelf, which everybody sees into. There's nothing decorative about this space. Very difficult to hang art in here in some places. And also, when you have a painted brick wall, that kind of denudes the beauty of the red brick. But it just means that this was something industrial before, and the remodeler did not have the wherewithal to take the paint off the bricks. I'm okay with painted brick in some instance, but it adds nothing here.
Okay. And just look up at how cool everything.
Okay, look up at how there's no insulation. So the person above you, if there is a person, you're going to hear everything that's happening there. The girl that lives upstairs walking in high heels, you're going to hear every step. If they leave their dog in the house too long, the dog pees inside, that pee is going to come through the floor to you. So you are connected to your neighbors when there's no ceiling like this. It looks cool, but it's tricky.
Everything is red. You got the nice lights. This you probably don't want to mess with. Have you ever had
Yeah,
anyone
sprinklers
try
are
that?
touchy.
This over here is actually our heater for the apartment. This will keep you very warm in the winter time,
No.
and it works on gas.
There's no air distribution throughout this unit. It's one push of air. What's going to get the air to the other side is you're going to have a bunch of fans in here. So this is like the learning loft here. You can see everything that you don't want in a loft here in small version. The trouble is even bigger lofts have the same concerns in a bigger space, but if you don't know what you're looking at, it just feels like, oh wow, I'm in this beautiful fishbowl. No,
Is it also an AC?
you're going to
or
be in a
no?
jail.
It's not an AC unit.
But there's windows, so you get a window AC.
Literally.
This is such a functional area of the apartment.
It's
you
not
could have-
functional.
You can have a lot of stuff. Desk
No, you can't.
setup, entertainment center.
No.
Maybe like a couch in the middle facing this way. You've also got lots of outlets. These are all grounded. Also, we've got
You don't have a lot of outlets. You have one outlet, and it's probably connected to the furnace. So if you run anything with any amps, you're going to blow your circuit. This is a storage unit.
lighting under the loft. Most lofts, if there's some sort of
crap
hatch out,
lighting.
which this isn't, they'll be dark underneath. But this is incredibly bright. We got lights and a window underneath there.
It's incredibly bright during the day, but it's not incredibly bright when you want privacy at night. And these stairs, it's all treehouse construction. It's 2x8s, and they don't look like they're pitched correctly.
I can kind of stand up. Most
No, you
people are
can't.
gonna.
You wake up at night, that's your bedroom. You stand up at night and you're going to hit your head on a 12x12 beam. I mean, this is what's going to happen.
Bed up here?
I didn't even put your bed up there, or you can make that into your living room and have
The windows are split in half. I got to get out of this place.
a couch up there because you'd be sitting most.
I hope all my comments are making you realize that this is a disaster. There's not a lot of good ways to put a spin on it other than, like I mentioned earlier, it's your painting studio. You come in and you just paint. But you can't even, as a painting studio, you can't even get away from your painting to look at it. Maybe you could be a watchmaker here.
Most of the time.
That's a fantastic idea. You
Oh my
have
God.
options with a place like this. It's got its
It's
own
painful,
lighting.
isn't it, Kay?
Of course, there's power. And we're on a pretty
Yeah, for
quiet
$3
street.
grand.
I mean, there's a food distribution across the way. And that makes this one of the sunniest, quietest first floor apartments anywhere. If there were like loud clubs and stuff out here,
No.
this wouldn't be as cool, but I think this is just about right. This be the sprinkler, it's
Oh.
painted.
If you have sprinklers that people can touch and you have guests over and those guests have kids, they're gonna mess with those sprinklers and you have thousands of gallons of water coming in and your renter's insurance is not gonna find a favorable use of that. So sprinklers are really touchy, literally when they're low.
Red so you don't whack your head. And look at these beams. That's so cool. How many apartments don't
No, it's
have
not.
that?
That's gonna
Before
put you
we
in the
see next
hospital.
place, does the building have any amenities?
We have a package room, we have a rooftop, and we also have a flight
Rooftop.
elevator used for
That's where you jump from to kill yourself. Well, in art school we had my friend had a big loft building and they had water tower on top of it. And what happened is the art students are into performance art, so they're always doing stuff. And one guy jumped from the water tower, broke his leg, and you know, it turns into a big deal. Just because someone came over and they're trying to use a dangerous industrial space as a playground, and they don't understand all the soft spots that an industrial building has.
and a live-in super.
Laundry room as well. And you guys have a snack machine.
Oh my God, not a restaurant. Okay.
How much is it?
You got to remember these lenses make the space look even bigger, and
This one is at
it's not.
What? That's cheaper than 2 bedrooms.
The square feet on this unit is about 950 square feet.
Now,
doesn't look
dishonest
like
realtors
950.
would have rounded that up to 1,000, but not changed. Jokes aside, I don't think you could undersell this. Everything that we have just get cooler and cooler every time I look at them. Love the little lighting that we got up in here.
You'll
That's
stare at
sweet.
those when you're trying to
How about
read
you
at
with this
night.
piece? Put a nice bed right here. Gorgeous little
The bed will
room
cover
for
the
sure.
window, and then you got someone looking up your sheets. Oh my God. This is Treehouse construction. Very Swiss Family
I don't even
Robinson.
know how to describe these anymore. It's tough to pick
I gotta
a
get out of
favorite.
here. Let's go to the end.
3550.
How's our storage looking? Oh, pretty good.
Oh, it's a bunch of units, and they're all just as badly made.
What? That's like 20 feet off the ground. That's it.
20 feet off the ground means that's what you're heating. There's no heat that stays on the floor. Unless you have a unit below you on an uninsulated floor, their heat will keep you warm, but you in turn will heat somebody above you. But again, white on white on white. They may say you have the ability to paint, but you try to paint these walls and ceilings, you need scaffolding, and it's 5 gallons after 5 gallons after 5 gallons. It's expensive to paint this stuff, and nothing stands out.
What? That's like 20 feet off the ground. That's
Oh my gosh.
insane. We've got the same deal with the massive closets.
They did not know how to divide this building up.
And if you weren't sold yet, we have the jacuzzi tub.
With the
Gorgeous
slip
bathroom all
tape.
around.
A jacuzzi
We've
tub
got
with
the
slip
same
tape
deal with
means
the
your ass
massive
is sitting on
closets.
sandpaper. That's terrible.
And if you
Worse.
weren't sold yet, we have the jacuzzi tub.
Why do I keep
Gorgeous
going back?
bathroom all around. Did you have a favorite place today? Because if you did, let James know about it. Follow
I keep repeating them as I mentioned because if you just kind of brush them away and they don't hit you as big a deal as they are, you're committed in a 1-year or 2-year lease, trapped in a frickin' to-go carrier cage here. This is not great. Unless there's some sort of proximity issue or the entire real estate market in that area is even worse, this is not a winning place. So my idea is that lofts, if you really want a loft, really take the time to find one that you're not going to be trapped in. They're available, but they're not cheap, especially in New York, what is. But we're going to look at some nicer lofts, and it won't make me sound like in a bad mood. So let's try another one, Kay.